Jane here from Oshi Gallery. Perhaps this is how I describe you to every single person that I meet, yourself and GT and the crew at Oshi. If you need to know anything around NFTs and art and want to be connected to the community, go there. Jane, yes. How has Oshi been over the last 3 months since open?
Before we get to that, is it Oshi or Oshi? That's the question everyone's asking.
Oshi or Oshi?
So Oshi originated from Satoshi Nakamoto,
so
obviously.
Oshi.
But it is also just the word Oshi is used in Japanese, I think, as like a friend or
Mario
someone that pushes
Yoshi?
you. Yeah. Yes, Mario Kart is a Mario Kart. Yeah. So we're happy for anyone to call it. We've done multiple polls on whether they call it Oshi or Oshi. We call it Oshi because it originated about 3 years ago off the back of Satoshi Nakamoto. But whatever you want to call it's still spelt the same.
So I want to learn about your personal journey. What was your first NFT?
My first NFT?
Yeah, take us back.
Okay, so it would actually go back way before the term NFTs. Mm-hmm. So, 2016, 2017, researching blockchain, its use case for storing data for artists, an app that we were working on was basically around from a traditional artist in their studio creating their artwork, being able to take an image, multiple images of their signatures, put in all their information about the mediums they used, paint, canvas, board, timber, all the measurements, spec it out, every detail they would possibly want to enter in, and then all of that information would be stored on the blockchain to make gallerists, to make collectors more comfortable about knowing its origin. So that was back in the day, and that was really pre sort of in what we knew about blockchain's capacity. It was sort of pre being able to actually transact as a digital NFT, because it wasn't called an NFT, it was just kind of crypto art and stuff like that. So it was sort of building something before it was truly possible to do, but for us, it was about storing the information for collectors, artists that are alive now, because we know the struggles that museums and galleries around the world and curators have with actually authenticity of artwork. Some of the biggest
coming to mainstream, because you guys just did the 20 years for Federation Square, which is the epitome of how do we get NFTs, Web3 into mainstream. What other indicators need to happen for us to move closer? Is it more of these actions, more galleries, more events? What are those? Yeah,
I think institutions feeling more comfortable and having the social signalling really is having safe conversations with institutions and helping them understand. So when Federation Square reached out to us with an idea of wanting to implement digital artists and showcase digital artists as part of their 3 exhibitions for their 20th anniversary, they sort of said, look, we have a couple of people that work for us that know a little bit about NFTs, but the whole scope of a project kind of needs to be handled by people that can select the right artist and have that good conversation that resonates with the public and be able to create a story. So social signalling, like institutions like that, public spaces, it is Australia's premier fully public art space. So it's super exciting to sort of, another notch in the belt for all the artists that are striving to get seen, make it aware of the kind of work that they've been doing for somewhat years, some decades, to be honest, digital artists.
What's holding institutions back as well from getting into the space? Is it just that lack of knowledge? Is it not understanding the Web3 values? What's holding institutions back?
I would definitely say lack of knowledge, and there are a lot of negative. There's a lot of negative press, and I think the more we overcome that with positive press, like the Federation Square thing, which ended up in a whole bunch of public news articles and all those sorts of things, I think it's not going away no matter what. So I think it just takes time. There are some galleries where it's just not a model. Not everything has to be an NFT. Not everything has to be made into, you know, a digital asset, and it definitely doesn't have to be everything. So once they start to feel comfortable about being able to select the things that it would actually work with, and it would create
Have the option.
a useful, it's useful to be in that space as well. So even if institutions want to use blockchain just for the store of data and not actually to transact NFTs, whether they just want to create like an online COA that can just be passed forward, and it's not actually, that's not a transactional value thing, but as the traditional artwork gets on-sold, then that would get transferred as a backup ledger or something like that. I think once they start to get a little bit more creative in the use case, as opposed to just like flipping JPEGs or something, I think that's when we're going to see a lot more of even the smaller galleries and then broader institutions start utilising it for just store of data at least, at the very least.
Wrapping up, Jane.
NFT MELB, connect, create, collaborate.
Boom.